Hi, my name is Angela Dugan. I have been involved with Live 360 as a participant for probably 8 or 9 years now. I joined as a chair in 2019, so this is my sixth year as being a co-chair and a track owner. In terms of my career, I've kind of been all over the place. I started out as a developer back in the very late 90s and then kind of made my way through a lot of different roles. I did DevOps, I did Agile, I was a coach. I took on people leadership responsibilities as well as being senior leadership at a small consulting firm. Been at Microsoft a couple of times until pretty recently, and I'm actually about to join a small firm called Red Foundry. I'm super excited to be joining them as VP of product delivery. It's funny. I used to feel like my varied career was maybe going to be a limitation because I've not stayed deeply technical over the years, and I guess I've kind of lost my coding chops. But instead, what I found is that having that background has made it easier for me to think about the journey that we all go through. Because even the people who stay pretty technical, they're going to run into challenges with communication, influencing others, navigating difficult conversations. The thing that people tend to call soft skills, but I like to think are actually pretty hard skills to master. So this is what inspired me when I joined as a track chair to bring the human factors track to Live 360 a number of years ago. They've been doing a phenomenal job helping technologists grow their technical skills, and this felt like an area where we could round out the types of skills that could really help people build stronger careers in areas they may not have considered before. It's actually showing up in a few ways. We wanted to make sure it's as much about supporting yourself as it is about supporting others around you. So, for instance, so far this year, we've already covered topics like navigating your career as a software developer, imposter syndrome. While they may seem to be largely focused on the individual, they offer plenty of wisdom on recognizing things in others as well, so that you can be a resource for coworkers, friends, even family. And in upcoming shows, you'll see topics like the power of influence, secrets of conflict resolution, team empowerment, and even burnout, something that I think we're all potentially going to experience. And over the years, we've been seeing more and more interest in these topics as it creates a well-rounded learning experience. While a lot of people are deeply technical that attend the show, none of us are immune from the challenges of what I like to call messy people stuff. Yeah, I love that question. So I've been talking about imposter syndrome for over 10 years now at a number of shows. And it's something I've experienced personally my whole life at work and at home. And once I understood what was happening, what I was experiencing, and how to manage it, it opened up so many more opportunities for me. It's a phenomenon that's experienced by most people, regardless of gender, role, years of experience. I felt like it was important to help people put a name to this thing that they were feeling and that they were probably seeing around them. Normalizing it makes it feel way less intimidating to talk about and makes it easier to recognize in ourselves and others so that we can help. I love that it's a topic that literally anyone can benefit from, and the feedback I've gotten has been overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, I love that we've chosen topics that focus on more than just showing off large language models and the GUI plugins. We have started talking about responsible and ethical AI. We talk about data security, data readiness, and we talk about what's real versus what looks good on a marketing slick. We make a concerted effort to bring in speakers from companies of all sizes, from different verticals, so that there are perspectives that will resonate with everyone. Listen, AI is very flashy and cool. It's fun to play with. And we recognize that it's important that we're giving people things to think about that serve them well in the real world, because when they go back to their office, there are real risks and limitations to how AI can and should be used. So we want people to be confident that they truly understand all aspects of leveraging AI so that they can be a guide for their teams and even their leaders on how to best leverage AI to serve the needs of their end users. So, kind of piggybacking on AI, we talk about it all the time. It's changing what we do at work. It's changing how we do it. And right now, people are still at the heart of everything, even with all of the wonders that AI can bring, and with all the uncertainty and change that's about to come about. Being able to communicate effectively, give helpful and supportive feedback, navigate difficult situations without losing your cool, it's more important than ever. And so Ben Day is doing the workshop with me. Ben and I will not just be discussing these topics in general, but we're going to have some practical exercises to let our attendees practice feedback, communication, difficult conversations in a safe environment. It's going to be simple, immediately applicable framework so that they can go back to their work and immediately feel more confident in navigating all the challenges that are coming. So I've been largely focused on the human factors of engineering track. I certainly help out with some of the others, but human factors is the one I spend the most time on. And the fast-paced changes of AI tools and technology has had a huge impact on the non-technical aspects of everything we do. There's a lot of uncertainty, doubt, and straight up fear. So as I listened to other attendees at our previous shows this year, even last year, I took note of the things that people were still struggling with and what they wished there was more discussion and guidance on. That's why at our upcoming shows, you'll see topics where we talk about influencing others, thriving with imposter syndrome, team empowerment, burnout. The idea is navigating the technical space while AI is constantly changing how we work and what gets automated away. We've got to know how to increase our impact and how to stay effective. And honestly, the way I'm going to measure that is, how many people are coming to these sessions? Are we getting a lot of really good engagement? And most importantly, like I said, I love to be at the lunch tables and at the social events afterwards and just ask people, hey, what are you thinking about? What have been your favorite topics? And it's a great way to find out like what's resonating and what's really having a positive impact on the attendees. The thing that I think people can do to kind of get the most out of the conference and not get too overwhelmed because you have a lot of great information coming at you from a lot of directions is take advantage of those lunches, breaks, social activities, not just to have some kind of downtime and decouple from the technology stuff because it's good to let those things marinate when you're not actively focused on them, but also to meet new people. I think sometimes people come to these conferences so focused on learning the new stuff, which is great, but they forget to make connections with the people around them. And those connections that you make at shows like the VS Live, they can last a lifetime. So make sure you're taking time to find out who's sitting next to you, what do they do for work and fun, share your favorite learnings from the week. One of the cool things is that sometimes you can learn about things that were in a session that you couldn't even attend because you had another session you wanted to be at. So it's great to be able to share those things with each other and again, build that community. I'm super intrigued to see where things go with agents, right? The idea is that, we've got a lot of AI built into our tools that kind of acts as our assistant and helps kind of level up the way that we get our work done. But agents are actually going to get work done for us, and those agents are going to need some management. So, there's a lot of great white papers and things that talk about frontier firms where the new normal is going to be people who manage a team of AI agents that actually do work for them and collaborate with each other. So I think that's going to be a really interesting space, not just for the people who are developing those agents, but even for how do we think about helping our end users who may not be as technical understand how to use them effectively and how are we building the right things. So I think that's going to be a big area of curiosity and innovation over the next few years.